Intro, the truth about trading psychology. Most traders don't fail because they don't know enough. They fail because they don't know themselves. They chase strategies, indicators, mentors, courses, but they never sit down and ask, can I follow rules under pressure? Can I lose money without losing control? Can I stay consistent when nothing feels certain? That's what this video is about. We're not talking about RSI, MACD, or trend lines. We're talking about the part of trading that actually matters: your mindset, your self-discipline, your ability to manage emotion, uncertainty, and repetition. This is about mastery, not of the markets, but of yourself. Chapter 1. You are the edge. Here's a hard truth. You don't trade the markets, you trade your beliefs about the market. Two traders can look at the same chart, same setup, same signal. One wins, one loses. Why? Because the real variable isn't the setup, it's the trader. Most people want to plug into a perfect system. They want consistency without accountability. But no system will work if your execution is emotional. No edge will survive your self-sabotage. You are the edge, or you are the problem. And that means mastering trading isn't about finding something new. It's about removing everything that keeps you from executing what already works. Chapter 2. The 3 psychological killers. Let's break down the 3 core killers of trader performance: need for certainty, fear of loss, ego attachment. Every mistake you've ever made likely stems from one of these. You hesitate because you want certainty. You revenge trade because you can't stomach a loss. You break rules because you're proving something. The fix? You don't suppress these emotions. You recognize them. You build awareness, and you install systems that protect you from yourself. More on that soon. Chapter 3. Detachment from outcomes. Here's one of the most misunderstood truths in trading. You don't need to win to be successful. You need to execute your edge over and over without needing the next trade to work. Pros understand this. They don't attach their identity to wins or losses. They stay emotionally neutral. Why? Because they know that trading isn't about being right. It's about being repeatable. If you can follow your system on a losing day just as cleanly as on a winning day, you're dangerous. Most can't. That's why most stay stuck. Chapter 4. The energy cost of trading. Mental capital is real. You can only make high-quality decisions for so long. Then your brain starts looking for shortcuts. You start skipping steps, forcing trades, letting emotions drive entries. That's why I limit my trades per day, and I stop when I feel tired, even if the market is hot. You have to protect your state like you protect your cash. Because the moment you're drained, you stop trading your system and start trading your feelings. And feelings aren't scalable. Chapter 5. Boredom is the superpower. Here's a paradox. The better your trading becomes, the more boring it gets. New traders crave stimulation. They want to feel something, but pros, they seek boredom. Because boredom means you're not overtrading, not forcing, not reacting to noise. You're following your plan. Boredom, charm, consistency. Excitement, danger. So, if your trading feels dull, that might be the first sign you're doing it right. Chapter 6. Repetition is the game. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. Every consistent trader I know has one thing in common. They do the same thing the same way, every single day. They don't improvise. They have a checklist. They review their journal. They prep their levels. They protect their energy. Discipline isn't something they reach for. It's something they've installed. And the only way to do that? Repetition. Over time, your process becomes automatic. But first, you have to repeat it consciously. Chapter 7. System over emotion. You ever look back at a trade and think, I knew better, so why didn't I do better? That's not a strategy issue. That's a state issue. In the moment, your emotions hijack your logic. And unless you've trained for that, you'll default to safety, to impulse, to fear. The fix? Remove discretion. Make your rules binary. If X happens, I enter. If Y happens, I exit. Size is predefined. Risk is capped. System fights emotion. Always. Chapter 8. Journaling for self-mastery. Most traders journal P&L. Few journal psychology. That's the real edge. Start with this format every day. What did I do well today? Where did I slip emotionally? What triggered it? How did I respond? What's one improvement I'll carry into tomorrow? You're not journaling for history. You're journaling to build self-awareness. Because without awareness, there is no growth. Chapter 9. Revenge Trading and the Spiral 1. Loss hurts, but the real damage comes after. You try to win it back. You size up. You skip confirmation. You force trades. Suddenly, your system is gone. You're not trading anymore. You're bargaining. This is the revenge spiral, and every trader has felt it. The fix? Install a post-loss protocol, something automatic. For me, it's a walk, then a journal entry. Then I shut it down for the day, because nothing good happens when you're trying to recover emotionally through the market. The market owes you nothing. Chapter 10. Emotional Risk Management. We talk about risk in terms of dollars, but real risk is emotional. What is the cost of this trade to your mental capital? If a loss will send you spiraling, the risk is too big. If a win will inflate your ego, the reward is too dangerous. You want to trade in a zone where no single outcome affects your state. That's emotional neutrality. And it's where consistency lives. Chapter 11. Drawdowns and the identity crisis. Drawdowns aren't just hard on your account. They're hard on your identity. You start questioning everything, your system, your skill, your future. This is where most people break. But pros? They go back to basics. They cut size. They rebuild confidence. They focus on execution, not outcome. They don't try to win. They try to survive. Because survival is what allows long-term compounding. And long-term compounding is how real traders win. Chapter 12. Rules for winning streaks. Here's the ironic part. Winning streaks can be just as dangerous as drawdowns. Why? Because they make you feel invincible. You start thinking the rules don't apply. That's when you overexpose. Double down, force trades. And that's how streaks die. Fast. So set rules for green days too. For me, no increasing size after a win. No skipping the routine. Celebrate execution, not outcome. Protecting your mindset matters more than maximizing every opportunity. Chapter 13. The discipline flywheel discipline isn't a character trait. It's a loop. Here's how it works. You follow your system. That builds self-trust. That self-trust makes it easier to follow your system next time. Repeat. Eventually, you become someone who doesn't even want to break rules, because that would break the trust you've built with yourself. That's what I call the discipline flywheel. And once it's spinning, it gets stronger every day. Chapter 14. The psychological setup. Checklist before you take any trade. Run through this mental checklist. Am I emotionally neutral? Am I trading my system or my feelings? Have I accepted the outcome, win or lose? Is this trade part of a process or a performance? Would I tell my future self this was a clean, repeatable decision? If the answer to any of these is no, sit out. Trading is a mental performance, not a guessing game. Chapter 15. What trading success really looks like. Most people think success means high win rates, flashy profits, or viral screenshots. That's not it. Success is following your rules when it's hard, managing risk like a pro, executing when you're scared, walking away when it's not your day, growing, journaling, refining. That's what makes a trader last, and in the long game, lasting is what leads to winning. Chapter 16. Final thoughts. Build the trader, not just the trade. Here's what I want to leave you with. You don't need another strategy. You need to become the person who can follow any strategy with clarity, control, and consistency. The market rewards discipline. The market punishes emotion. And the trader who masters their inner game masters the outer game too. So build your process. Build your self-awareness. Build the identity of a calm, repeatable, emotionally neutral professional. And let that version of you take every trade. That's the trader who wins.